Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair hosted via StriveScan. Thank you so much for joining us today. A few housekeeping items before we kick off our presentation with our wonderful institution presentations. A few housekeeping items in general. How do you ask questions? This is a webinar, so your camera and microphone are turned off. If you do have any questions, please put those in the Q&A at any point in time throughout the presentation. You're welcome to do so, and our presenters will answer any of the questions that you have. Panelists cannot see or hear you, though. This is just one of many different sessions happening today, so be sure to head to strivescan.com, the same place where you registered for this session, to sign up for more. There are 2 sessions following this one today, and recordings will be available at strivescan.com/Missouri. for any of those that you would like to attend but aren't able to do so live. It is now my pleasure to turn it over to our wonderful presenters. First up, we have Missouri University of Science and Technology. Take it away.
All right, good evening. My name is Carrie DeGraffenreid, and I'm the Assistant Director for Admissions at Missouri University of Science and Technology. We are located on I-44 in Missouri, in between St. Louis and Springfield, where Rolla is a town of about 20,000 people, and then our campus population is just under 8,000 total students. There is many things to do in Rolla, including lots of outdoor activities, fishing, hiking, all sorts of great things. How does Missouri S&T rank? So you can see here some of our rankings that we are very proud of. Number 1 public university in the nation by payscale.com, number 1 university in Missouri for alumni salary potential, number 8 in the nation among all colleges and universities for annual return on investment. There's also a note on here about a safety ranking. Just recently we were ranked 20th safest campus in the nation, and our police chief is actually former Secret Service, which is very cool. The degrees at Missouri S&T are split into a College of Art, Science, and Business, and then the College of Engineering and Computing. Within this College of Art, Science, and Business, you can see the many degrees that we do offer. We do offer teacher certification in both elementary and middle school certification, and then secondary certification as well. And starting fall 2021, we will have a Bachelor of Science in Education, which we are super excited about. But there's hard science type degrees in here, humanities degrees, so lots of different options for students. And then, like I said, the other college is the College of Engineering and Computing. Missouri S&T offers 15 different types of engineering. All of our engineering students start in our first year program that helps expose them to all of the different types of engineering. All of the courses are the same for the first year, and then you really move into your degree program more like your second year. Total, Missouri S&T has, like I said before, just under 8,000 total students. Of that, there's around 61 undergraduate and 1,500 graduate students. The student to faculty ratio is 18:1, and the average class size is right around 30 students. Outside of the classroom, there are many different things to do at Missouri S&T. There's over 250 different student organizations. Design teams are a really great opportunity for students to work with a group and enter competitions, travel. Of course, the last year, many of the competitions have been virtual, but our teams have still been able to participate and compete and have some really great experiences. Many of the clubs and organizations are, random things you can do, spelunking, hiking, barbecue club, dance clubs. Missouri S&T does offer art opportunities, theater, band, orchestra. There are not majors for those programs, but there are minors and classes, and then obviously the organizations themselves. Greek life is popular at Missouri S&T. About 23% of students participate in Greek life, so it's a very active and great opportunity for students, but it's also not something necessarily every student does. And then lastly, we do offer both intramural and club sports. Many students will participate in those. There's different levels of activities, and then we are an NCAA Division II school that competes in the Great Lakes Valley Conference for athletics. Career fairs. So Missouri S&T typically offers 2 career fairs each year, one in the fall, one in the spring. The average starting salary for our most recent graduates was over $67,000 a year. And then many of our students will participate in co-ops and internships as well. The internship is a typical summer type opportunity, the co-op being a longer summer and semester. But both are a great way for students to make money and get some really good experience. So as far as applying to Missouri S&T, our applications are still available and open for fall 2021. You can also apply for spring 22 right now. The application is free. You apply online, either through our application or we are on the Common App. You can submit or upload unofficial transcripts for both an admission decision and scholarship decisions. Typically, decisions are made within 2 weeks. As far as the requirements, Missouri S&T requires a 2.0 minimum transfer GPA to get admitted, although many of our STEM degrees will require higher GPAs, more like a 2.5. With at least 24 credit hours, you only have to provide your college level transcripts, but if you're transferring with less than 24 credit hours, you'll need to submit your transcripts and test scores as well. And then for anyone planning a future transfer to Missouri S&T, we have partner guides with over 50 different institutions. So those guides can be a great resource to help with course selection at another institution before transferring to S&T. And then to wrap up, scholarships, like I said, admission decisions and scholarship decisions can be made on unofficial transcripts. So you're automatically considered for transfer merit scholarships. The amounts are listed there for both Missouri residents and out-of-state residents. These scholarships do require 24 credit hours to be eligible, and they're just based on your transfer GPA, and then they are renewable as long as you meet a 3.0 cumulative GPA. On top of that, we have some other scholarships that are specific to transfer students. Partners in Excellence is a big one I wanted to mention because you're also automatically considered for it, and it's for students transferring from one of our partner schools. Many of these transfer scholarships do have a May 1 deadline, so we would encourage you to try to beat that if you are interested in coming for fall 2021. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us. You can contact our main admissions office or just our transfer team directly. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Next up is University of Pittsburgh.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for being here. I'm thrilled to be speaking to anyone who may be interested in enrolling at the University of Pittsburgh. My name is Tim Joy, and I myself am a graduate of Pitt. I graduated in the spring of 2017 from our School of Education, and I was so inspired by the time that I spent at Pitt as a student that I have since decided to stick around as a staff member, as an admissions counselor, in a role that allows me to share with individuals like you all how Pitt is providing an incredible collegiate experience to its students. A few quick facts about the University of Pittsburgh. We are currently the #1 public institution in the Northeast with 5 campuses, hundreds of opportunities abroad, dozens of research labs, and over 300,000 current living alumni. We are a Division I school competing in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and I think most importantly, we are located right in the heart of the city of Pittsburgh. I believe the location of the University of Pittsburgh is quite possibly one of the most unique things about our institution and was the driving reason why I chose to attend the University of Pittsburgh. Pitt itself, while we are located within the city limits of Pittsburgh, we're located about 3 miles outside of what is considered downtown Pittsburgh. Because we're not located directly in downtown Pittsburgh, we don't get lost amongst the hustle and bustle of an urban environment. Instead, being about 3 miles outside of downtown Pittsburgh allows us to be a very urban campus with a lot of activity all hours of the day, but it does give us a section of the city that feels like home for our students and allows us to offer a traditional camaraderie-based campus that will have all of the wonderful flair of an urban environment, but still be able to offer to our students a sense of community, things like green space, and an environment where they can enjoy their time as a Pitt student. Since we are located within a city, though, it gives our students great access to culture, diversity, opportunities for internships, research, to explore with their friends on a weekend. And I think one of the coolest benefits that all Pitt students receive is fare-free access to all of Pittsburgh's public transit. So whenever you arrive on campus, you'll receive a student ID card, and this will give you unlimited access to our bus system, our subway system, and the Incline, which is somewhat of a novelty for the city of Pittsburgh. With that fare-free access to our public transit, you are able to make the city your playground so that you can get in and out of downtown and to all of the other neighborhoods that make up the incredible city of Pittsburgh. When thinking about opportunities outside of the classroom that you can enjoy throughout the city, those opportunities are going to be endless. Things like research, studying abroad, preparing for your career, maybe taking on some leadership positions or involvement within Pitt Honors. Whatever it is that you're looking to be involved in outside of the classroom at Pitt, I am sure you'll be able to find that passion either within an opportunity in the city or within one of our over 600 Pitt recognized student organizations. When thinking about academics at the University of Pittsburgh, we have 10 schools, for our students to study within. And when all 10 of those schools come together, it is hundreds of options for majors, minors, certificates, programs, tracks for our students to choose from. Now, with such a large quantity of academics, they are all still coming at high quality. As a transfer applicant, you'll be able to apply to one of the schools that you see noted on the screen right now. So they range from our Drexel School of Arts and Sciences, which is going to be for any student that is interested in something related to the health sciences, social sciences, humanities, foreign language, mathematics. And this may also be where you're entering in if you are coming into the university with an undecided major. Something that I like to note about students that are entering in with an undecided major is that that is completely okay. Not knowing what you want to pursue at age 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever age it may be, is completely all right. And during your time at Pitt, we will do everything in our power to help you to figure out what it is that you are passionate about pursuing. You'll see there beyond the Drexel School of Arts and Sciences that the rest of our schools are going to be more focused in regards to what they have to offer, ranging from things like business, engineering, nursing, computer science, pharmacy, social work, education, and then of course, our School of Health and Rehabilitation Sciences, which is for things like physical therapy, sports medicine, and so on. Now, because we have all of these different academic schools at Pitt, and whenever you are applying to the university, you will apply directly to a specific school. And each school is going to have a little bit different, in regards to the admissions criteria. So if you're interested in applying to Pitt, I encourage you to scan the QR link that you see on your screen right now. This will take you to our transfer admissions page and will give you all of the different guidelines for each specific undergraduate school that you can apply to at the University of Pittsburgh. And if at any time you have any questions, our email is available there for you to reach out to us directly. Once you've decided which of our academic schools you are interested in applying to, whether that's the Drexel School of Arts and Sciences because you have an undecided major, or one of our designated academic schools because you know which path you are ready to pursue, I encourage you to register for one of our upcoming virtual visits. Right now, we are offering several Pitt unscripted virtual opportunities for you to learn a little bit more about what the university has to offer, as well as to meet directly with admissions staff. All of those opportunities are available for you to register directly through our website, and I hope to see you at one of those opportunities soon in the future. Again, if you haven't already, I encourage you, scan the QR link on the screen that will take you to our transfer admissions page where you'll be able to learn a little bit more in depth about what will be involved in the transfer admissions process. And if at any time, don't hesitate to reach out to us at the email that you see on the screen now. Thank you very much again for being here this evening. And of course, hail to Pitt.
Thank you so much. Next up, Valparaiso University.
Thank you all so much for coming and speaking with us tonight. My name is Jordan DeBerkey. I am the Assistant Director of Transfer Admission at Valparaiso University, or Valpo for short. I'm actually also a former transfer student at Valpo from the St. Louis area originally, and completed my degree at Valpo in 2017. So Valparaiso University has a really long and wonderful history. We've been around in Northwest Indiana for quite some time, just about an hour from Chicago. We have a beautiful sprawling campus that makes it feel large and small at the same time, kind of like a Goldilocks campus. We are an independent Lutheran institution, so all walks of life are welcome here. We do have a beautiful chapel, but you don't have to be Christian to attend Valpo. About 50% of our students do not identify with any specific religious organization or outside of Christianity. We have about 3,200 undergraduate students, so we are technically a medium-sized school, but on the smaller size of medium. And we do have fantastic campus traditions from opening convocation, tree lighting, move-in, welcome week, as well as our graduation ceremonies. A little bit about Valparaiso, Indiana, where we're located. The town is about 33,000 residents, but we're very interconnected with the community as well as the Chicagoland area. We're actually just about an hour or less from downtown Chicago with a train line that takes you directly into the city. So we are considered somewhat of a suburb of Chicago, which is fantastic for our students to have that resource and be able to get into downtown Chicago super easily, either using the free bus system for our students or utilizing that train system. We have great traditions as well as having a fantastic, beautiful downtown area for our students to participate in. Valpo is broken up into 5 different academic colleges with over 70 majors. What's unique about Valpo's campus is that every single one of our programs is direct admit, which means there's no additional testing, no additional applications. If you are admitted to Valpo, you're also reviewed for your program of interest and have a seat in that program. It fosters a sense of collaboration and inclusion among our students to support each other in the classroom and make sure that they're getting all the help they need as well as learning from each other. Again, all types of different programs for College of Arts and Sciences, as well as having fantastic STEM programs. Engineering, we have the top 13 undergraduate engineering program in the United States currently, as well as expanding with arts and meteorology. Ginger Z, the meteorologist for Good Morning America, is a Valpo graduate, so some really fantastic alumni from all of our programs. You'll see on the screen as well a list of all of our free academic services for students. Several learning centers. We have great resources to make sure our campus is accessible as well as the classroom, as well as a physical campus as well. We want to make sure every student has a place on our campus and is able to have the best learning environment possible for them. Our Career Center has done a fantastic job. Over the last 20 years, we've had a placement rate of over 90%, and that has continued even through a global pandemic. So we're very happy with all the work our students do, but our Career Center helps them so much with hosting different mock interview nights, as well as career fairs, and having spaces for them to go and actually have interviews in the Career Center as well. Health Center is free for our students to utilize, and a free counseling service as well. Students are very involved on Valpo's campus. It's not unheard of to hear students being involved in so many different things, 3, 4, 5 activities. There's over 100 student organizations, fraternity and sorority life. We have our University Programming Council, which houses our Valpo Vibes spring concert every single year, intramural and club sports, our Office of Multicultural Programs, and study abroad. About 1/3 of students will study abroad at some point in time during their time on campus. We also do have Division I athletics. While we are a private institution that's a little bit smaller than some of the other schools, we are still a D1 school in the Missouri Valley Conference, and all of our athletic events are free for students to attend. When it comes to applying to transfer to Valpo, the application is completely free, online through the Valpo website or using the Common App. We are enrolling admission, so you do have plenty of time to apply for the fall or spring semester. If you have under 24 credit hours, we are test optional for transfer students, and we will need your high school transcript as well as official college transcripts. If you have over 24 credit hours, we just need your college work, and that is all we need from you. You can add supplemental documents. We do encourage, if you're looking for fall of next year, to apply for November 1st, that would be fall of 2022, because we do have additional scholarships you can be considered for, but transfer students can also be considered for other aid as well. When it comes to financial aid and scholarships, we do have fantastic merit scholarships for transfer students that you're automatically reviewed for with your application, which range from $20,000 to $25,000. If you're a member of Phi Theta Kappa, you have an additional $4,000 scholarship, or if you have an associate's degree, that's $4,000 as well. We have departmental scholarships, and we always encourage you to file for federal aid because you can also be considered for additional Valpo grants and scholarships utilizing that as well. You'll see different information about our financial aid there if you want some more information about that. I would encourage everyone who's interested in learning more about Valpo to follow us on our social media accounts, join our different Valpo communities on Instagram or Azimi, just to get more information about the university and to connect with your admissions team. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and hopefully we'll see you on campus soon.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Embry-Riddle, Aeronautical University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Parker, and I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admissions at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. We do have 2 residential locations, one in Daytona Beach, Florida, which is about an hour and a half from Orlando and an hour and a half from Kennedy Space Center, and about 4 miles from the beach, and also a location in Prescott, Arizona, which is about an hour north of Phoenix. We also have an online worldwide campus as well. Here are some pictures of our campuses, just to get an idea of campus life. In Arizona, you do have about a mile-high altitude. You're going to be experiencing all of the different seasons. And in Daytona Beach, it's fairly flat and you're going to have lots of sunshine. Some of our experiences and some of our notable things, we are on the smaller to medium size for a university. At the Daytona Beach campus, we have roughly 6,000 undergraduate students with an average class size of about 27 students per faculty member. All of our classes are taught by faculty members and not graduate assistants. For our Arizona campus, it's a little bit on the smaller side. We do have about 3,000 undergraduate students with about an average class size of 24 students. Our online worldwide campus has about 18,000 students, and they're from all over the country. Our placement rate is about 94% of our students are actually working on their graduate degree or are employed in their degree field within 1 year of graduation. We also have a lot of different clubs on campus, over 350, and you can always create a new club if you find some other students on campus with topics of interest and a faculty mentor. Excuse me. We also have athletics for our Daytona Beach campus. We are Division II. In our Prescott campus, we are NAIA. We also offer study abroad throughout different countries. Depending upon your major, you can do a business class, an engineering class abroad and receive credit for both, as well as for the summer, the entire year, or even a semester. We have all 4 branches of ROTC at the Daytona Beach campus and Air Force and Army at the Arizona campus. We do also offer Greek life at both campuses as well. Some of our notable programs, we do have a College of Aviation, College of Arts and Sciences, a College of Business, and a College of Engineering. And at the Arizona campus, we have the first College of Security and Intelligence in the nation. So that's something we're pretty proud of. And in that college, they offer the Global Security and Intelligence Studies. In our College of Aviation, we have Aeronautical Science in both campus. We also have Astronomy and Astrophysics in the College of Arts and Sciences. In Arizona, we have Forensic Biology and Psychology. And then we also offer Aerospace Engineering at both campuses. Logistics and Supply Chain Management is also at our Arizona campus. And then Aerospace Physiology is located on our Daytona Beach campus. So as you can see, we are not just aviation, we do branch out into other areas. Careers. We do have an excellent career services department on both campuses, and we do also hold 2 career fairs each year annually, where over 140 employers come to this, and they do offer on-site interviews for students, which is nice. They even also offer freshmen's internships. We've had quite a few freshmen obtain internships and co-ops with their employers. We recommend to all students that you should apply for internships and co-ops because we usually have more of these than the students that do apply, and it does pretty much help you get your foot in the door as long as you do a good job with them. Becoming an Eagle. So starting your future at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, you'll want to go ahead through the application process. We do work on a rolling admission with space availability. You complete your online application at this website here. We are going to waive your $50 application fee by using the fee waiver code DBPC. We do require you to submit transcripts through an electronic service by mail or through email for unofficial transcripts. If you have less than 30 college credits, we will also require your high school transcripts. We do not require ACT or SAT scores for transfer students. Some supplemental documentation that if you wish to supply us would be 2 letters of recommendation an essay explaining why you want to come to Embry-Riddle and what makes you stand out among other candidates, and potentially a resume if you've been out of school for a few years or et cetera, had some different breaks within your college years. For scholarships, all students are looked at for transfer scholarships as long as they file the FAFSA and they have a cumulative GPA of a 3.0 or higher. For women, they are also eligible for the Women in Excellence of $5,000 as long as they have a GPA of a 3.0. Phi Theta Kappa students are also eligible for $3,500. And then if the men apply to our business or aviation business programs, they are offered a $5,000 scholarship with at least a 3.0 GPA. Upon acceptance, you can also apply for institutional scholarships. Here's our contact information for the Daytona Beach, the Prescott, and the Worldwide campus. And then my direct contact information is right here. Thank you so much for having us, and I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Drexel University.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining us to learn a little bit about all the colleges that are presenting today. My name is Emily Santana. I'm one of the assistant doctors of undergraduate admissions here at Drexel University, and I oversee the territory of Missouri. So here at Drexel, we are a comprehensive research university and experiential learning leader. We're located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We were founded in 1891 by a man named Anthony J. Drexel, who is a local banker and philanthropist in the Philadelphia area. And at the time, he saw that students were graduating from college and they didn't have that technical knowledge in their field. So he wanted to create a university where students had the ability to come and get that hands-on experience before they even graduated. So he created what was once Drexel Institute, now Drexel University. Here at Drexel, we're home to about 14,500 undergraduate students, and at any given time, half of our student population is away doing co-op. So we're able to keep our median class size to 19 students, and then we do have a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. At Drexel, you have the ability to major in over 80 different majors and over 100 different minors. Just keeping in mind that some of our programs here at Drexel are not accessible for transfer students at this time, but you can find a complete list of all of the programs that transfer students can apply to on our website. And then lastly, our students are coming from about 47 different states and about 122 different countries. So here at Drexel, you're going to be exposed to a diverse group of students as well as a diverse group of faculty members on campus so that you're getting a well-rounded education in all aspects of your Drexel education. Here at Drexel, all of our colleges, all of our majors are housed in one of these 13 different colleges or schools that you see listed on the screen. You're going to apply directly into those programs when you apply to the university. So you have the ability to list a first choice major that we can consider you for, and then a second choice major. So if you're interested in studying communications at Drexel, you'd apply directly into our communications program within our College of Arts and Science. If you're interested in business, you would apply directly into our business program within the LeBeau College of Business. We also do have a medical school at our graduate level. So if you're interested in going on to medical school after you graduate from the university, you can do that. We also have a law school available as well. And for students who are interested in an accelerated nursing program, we do have that available for students as well if they're seeking a second degree in nursing. So there's a bunch of programs that are available to our transfer students here. Like I said, there are very few that are not available for students. So you can find the complete list of that on our website, like I said. The biggest draw for Drexel Education is our cooperative education program. Our co-op program is the largest of its kind, and we've been doing it for 100 years here at Drexel. So we've been doing it for a long time, and we've been doing it very well for that period of time as well. We partner with about 1,500 companies in 39 states and 40 different countries, and students have the ability, even our transfer students have the ability to graduate anywhere between 6 months to 18 months of full-time work experience that you can list on your resume. About 80% of our positions in terms of co-ops are paid, and students can earn an average salary of $18,000 in about 6 months. 96% of our students here at Drexel do complete a co-op in their time. And their co-op program is really where you get to test drive your career before you even graduate from the university. So this is great because you can list it as full-time work experience that you've completed. Our co-ops are not internships. You'll be working full-time in your field before you graduate alongside full-time staff members of these companies, getting valuable experience before you even graduate. This way you're able to make adjustments if you know that that major that you're currently studying is not for you. You haven't graduated from the university with a degree in accounting to find out that accounting isn't for you. You're able to make that change while you're still a student at Drexel through our co-op program. And you really get to test drive your career and see what type of work environment that you're interested in working in. Like I said, you can do your co-op virtually anywhere, 39 different states in 40 different countries. So you're not limited to doing your co-ops in the city of Philadelphia. You can pretty much go anywhere to do those. It's going to be time well spent. Like I said, you're going to be working alongside full-time staff members of these companies, getting valuable experience that you can list on your resume. Anywhere between 6 months to 18 months of work experience. You'll be working full-time, so 40-hour weeks, and you're not expected to take any courses during this time. Here at Drexel, we are a quarter school, so we have a 4-year curriculum and a 5-year curriculum, and then for transfer students, it's a little bit different. We do allow transfer students to complete anywhere between 6 months to 18 months of full-time work experience through our co-op program. It just all depends on how many transfer credits you're bringing into the university. Here at Drexel, we are on a quarter system. Like I said, our quarters are 10 weeks long, and then you get a traditional break in between each quarter, which is about 2 weeks long. While you're away on co-op, you're not expected to pay tuition to the university. If you do decide to do your co-op in the city of Philadelphia and live through the university, you will be required to pay for housing, but you're not required to do your co-ops in the city of Philadelphia. So just a little information about where we're located in Philly. We are located in what is considered University City. University City is home to not only Drexel University, but to other universities for a total of 40,000 undergraduate students. So that's just a little bit where we're located. And here is the application process for Drexel. You can submit the Common App or university application, and then anything over 24 credits, we just need your college transcripts. Anything under that, we will look at your high school transcripts as well. And here is our transfer admissions deadline. We are on a rolling basis for our transfer students. Just keep in mind that not all of our programs start in the term outside of the fall, and then our students are able to submit the CSS profile as well. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions for me, feel free to email me with any questions you have, or feel free to put them in the chat box.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Washington University in St. Louis.
Good afternoon, or evening, I should say, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Valencia Jones, and I am the Senior Associate Director of Admissions at Washington University in St. Louis. So I want to spend a little bit of time talking about St. Louis itself. I think it's an incredibly important piece of the experience that students will have, so much so that, of course, it is listed in our name. You'll see on the screen that St. Louis is a thriving and growing place to live and learn. And WashU is in the heart of so many attractions that students are able to easily take part of. We're located in what we would consider Midtown St. Louis, which is about 7 miles from the downtown area. And we're surrounded with many of St. Louis's greatest attractions, including the Del Mar Loop, Forest Park, the Cortex, which is a great innovation hub, the Central West End, which is kind of like a cosmopolitan district, and not too far from our medical campus, about 2 metro stops up. We really encourage students to think about ways in which case they can not only have a WashU experience by participating in activities on our campus, but also thinking about the way in which they can immerse themselves into the St. Louis culture and really traverse the city and make St. Louis home for them. And some of the ways in which we do that and encourage students to do so is by offering a free Metro Pass. And so all of our students, undergraduate students, first year and transfer, do receive a free Metro Pass. So all in all, this is just a fantastic city to come and experience, and we are more than thrilled, if you will, to be a part of the greater St. Louis metropolitan community. You'll also see here that Washington University is a medium-sized research institution. We have about 7,000 undergraduate students that call Washington University home. As you can see listed before you, there are a variety of academic divisions. We have a total of 5 of them, with the College of Arts and Sciences housing the largest variety of majors. And then you'll also see that would be followed by our McKelvey School of Engineering, our Olin Business School, and then our Sam Spock School of Design and Visual Arts, which houses art and architecture. One of the things I think that's incredibly important to note about Washington University is that we have a significant amount of academic flexibility. And so while these programs are each direct entry, in which case when you apply, you're applying for consideration for admission to that division specifically, we do encourage and support students to be able to take classes across all of their divisions if they choose to do so. In fact, you'll find over 80% of our students do study more than one academic program. So rest assured, if you are a person who has a very specific focus and you know exactly what you want to do and exactly what you want to study, you're welcome to certainly kind of narrow your focus in on those. But if you want to explore, we certainly have the ability for students to do so, again, across all of our academic divisions. You'll notice here that at Washington University, we do have a pretty quaint and intimate student to faculty ratio, which is 7-to-1. I think that's incredibly important because that intimacy allows for students to have a really individualized education and build genuine and strong connections, not only with their peers, but also with our faculty and staff, as we partner and think about ways for you to maximize your educational experience, as well as your co-curricular activities. And so having those unique and genuine partnerships, I think also speaks to our unofficial model of getting to know students by both name and story. You'll also notice that we have very small classroom sizes. So the vast majority of your classroom experiences will have fewer than 30 students, which really allows for a more robust conversation. And so it's more of a conversation, if you will, about subject matters. It's much more of that experience more so than a lecture, in which case sometimes doesn't offer as much of an opportunity to have an interactive academic experience. We offer over 1,500 courses every single year, so there's plenty to choose from. No matter if you're taking one of our entry-level biology courses, or if you're wanting to take a class in medical humanities or engineering, computer science, etc. We have a host of courses that students would be able to select from, all the way until some that are a little bit more niche, like the politics of Kanye West. Beyond that, there's over 90 programs of study. Again, a lot for students to choose from. And our acclaimed faculty are really approachable and knowledgeable. And I think that that is what sets Washington University apart, is the people there, not only our students, but also the depth and breadth of knowledge and support provided by our faculty and staff. We know that students are coming to Washington University for a full and robust experience. And so that could come in a variety of ways, whether that is studying abroad, participating in one of our over 3,000 annual research projects every single year, starting a business through our STEP program, which is our student entrepreneur program, through our Scandalaire Center, or being involved outside of the classroom through a volunteer experience or a combination of any of those things. Regardless of what it is that you would like to do, Washington University has a myriad of ways for you to be involved. I do want to encourage you to find ways or think about ways in which case you can continue to connect with us. I have on our screen a listing of our transfer application materials. We typically will open the application in December, request that you return your materials by March 1, and ultimately release decisions in April. So Again, thank you so much for joining in with us today. If you have questions, feel free to connect with us through one of our many virtual opportunities at visit.wooster.edu. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. And at this time, I would love to have all of our presenters hop back on their cameras and unmute themselves. We're going to have a little bit of a Q&A and hopefully share some of your words of wisdom and guidance to our transfer students watching in today. So the first, and we're going to start with Missouri University of Science and Technology. What advice would you give someone going through the transfer process?
Sure. I would just recommend to connect in whatever way you can to learn more about the university. So whether that's an on-campus visit or take advantage of virtual visit opportunities, and then even past that, just reach out through phone or email to connect with the admissions office or faculty or students to find out whatever information you need to help you learn about the school and make a decision.
Absolutely. University of Pittsburgh.
Thank you very much. So a piece of advice that I would give, and this goes for students who applying possibly as an incoming freshman student or as a transfer student, and that is to start the process as early as possible. So as a transfer applicant, as soon as you start having that thought in your mind that you're possibly interested in transferring to the University of Pittsburgh or whatever institution it may be, start having those conversations really as early as you can so that you have the best understanding of what that institution is going to be looking for in terms of admissions criteria, and then in terms of kind of the checklist criteria of everything that you will need to submit in order to be reviewed. Oftentimes for a transfer admissions process, the deadlines are going to look a little bit different. And I know for Pitt specifically, they are going to be dependent upon each specific academic term. So whereas if you're applying as a freshman student, there's oftentimes just kind of one set date. For a transfer applicant at Pitt, it is going to be dependent upon which term you are applying for. So starting early in that process assures that you don't miss any of those deadlines, and at Pitt will give you the best chances of being admitted.
Thank you. Valparaiso University.
Yeah, actually, as a former transfer student myself, the biggest piece of advice I give to my current students that I work with is to chat with your admissions counselor early on in the process, but ask them to connect you to other transfer students who are in your program. Talk to them directly because you want to know about what your experience is going to be like. I know I always appreciated talking to a transfer student in the communications department at Valpo and getting to hear how his transfer process was, how his credits came in, what that process was like. And he was able to connect me with his current advisor. So I was able to talk with them before I even decided I was going to Valpo. And they gave me such great advice and really able to guide me through the process in connection with my admissions counselor. So talk to your counselor, talk to your academic advisor, and talk to a student in your program who's also a transfer student.
Embry-Riddle, Aeronautical University.
I would like to reiterate a lot of what others have said. Definitely, I would recommend applying earlier rather than sooner. I would also try to visit the campus that you're interested in. Seeing the campus in person can be a lot different and can give you more perspective than if you just look at pictures online or do a virtual tour. Another thing I would suggest, since Embry-Riddle is so specialized, is do a little bit of research on what you want to study, if you can ahead of time a little bit, so that way you can focus on the math and science for that particular program. So that way you're not taking statistics when you're going into engineering, or you're taking calc-based physics and going into business, etc. Pretty much just give us a picture of who you are as a student as we look at each student holistically, because we can't really see who you are. So just give us an idea by either a resume or an essay, just kind of letting us know a little bit about yourself.
Drexel University.
One thing that I definitely recommend, whether it's a first year or a transfer student, having a dedicated email to when you're applying. I recommend that it not be either your high school email or the email that you're currently receiving from your institution, just because that when you leave that institution or your high school, you're going to lose access to that email, and you want to continue to receive information from the university, especially after you've been admitted. We're still going to send you emails to the email address that you applied to. So having that specific email address that you're using for all of the schools that you're applying to, just so that all the information is in one centralized location.
And Washington University in St. Louis.
I would certainly echo many of the sentiments that my colleagues shared. So again, starting early, being aware of deadlines, being able to effectively share your story and through your authentic self throughout your application materials. So I think that those two will probably be the things I would say, but also perhaps seeking out multiple perspectives, which I think Jordan touched a little bit about. And but there's certainly your current students, there's alumni, being able to connect with professors, folks in varying areas that you see yourself connecting with as a student, whether it's through research or entrepreneurship. So I think having those multiple perspectives, I think not only will be helpful for you to be able to really visualize an experience that you hope to have, but also to build community and partnerships before you even arrive, should you be admitted. So that's what I would suggest for someone who's thinking about the transfer process.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much to our wonderful presenters today. We really appreciate your knowledge and insight and information. Thank you for joining us and tuning in. When you close this window, there will be a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. As a reminder, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find the session's recording if you want to replay all the fun at strivescan.com/Missouri. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.